is challenged by Belgium's Sheldon, the closer, Moore. And here's a look at Sheldon Moore. He comes to us tonight from Mons in Belgium. He fights in the United States for the 4th time, but the last time was 3 years ago. Moore is the Belgian champion at 154 pounds, and he promises a good showing tonight because he says it's the first camp he's had where he hasn't had to keep another job along with his training. Moore likes to walk his opponents down. He's been training for this fight here in the United States in Orlando, Florida since February. He's won 2 fights in a row since his last loss. That was in March of last year. And tonight he'll be taking a significant step up in caliber competition to face Galarza. He started as a kickboxer, turned to conventional boxing at 19, never off his feet either as an amateur or pro, and he plans to keep it that way tonight. Let's go behind the numbers, Steve.
For Sheldon Moore, Barry, stamp that passport. Belgium is a long way away, but it should help more than, as you alluded to, Barry. He fought 3 bouts in Florida back in 2011 and 2012. More or less. Check out Moore's fight-by-fight record, and you'll find some winners and some losers, but no names that you'll recognize. And slow start. Will Moore show ring rust? He's fought only 1 round in the last 11 months.
Frank Notorious Galarza, a success story in the making. He had success as an 18-year-old amateur, only to turn in the wrong direction. He spent time on the streets, and as he put it, he just hung out with the wrong crowd, and literally started over at age 25. Since he turned pro, he changed his lifestyle entirely. He's now run up a record of 16-0 with 2 draws. He has been on a roll, winning his last 7 fights, 5 of them coming by way of knockout. We saw Galarza about 15 months ago on ShoBox, where he demolished a former National Golden Gloves bronze medalist, John Thompson, inside of 2 rounds. This one was simply over before it was over. Huge left hand, and it was done. Galarza could be a boxer or he could be a brawler. It just depends on who's in front of him. But he says if my opponent boxes, I'll box. If he brawls, I'll brawl. If he does backflips, I'll do that too. Let's look at the numbers.
All right, for Frank Galarza, Barry, eye test. When you're an up-and-comer, it's not just that you win, but how you win. Galarza showed crushing power versus Thompson, as you saw, and patience and boxing skills in outpointing Sebastian Bouchard. Slowing a bit, Galarza beat the previously undefeated Bouchard last May on ShoBox, and he's slowed down since. His 2 most recent opponents had lost a combined 7 of their previous 9 bouts. And catching up, Galarza didn't turn pro until age 25. He's 29 now. Do you think he needs to be on a faster track than most prospects?
All right, with that, once again, for the introduction of our main event fighters, we take you back to the center of the ring and our ring announcer, Thomas Triber. Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our feature bout. It is scheduled for 8 rounds in the super welterweight division. Brought to you by Lou DeBella's DeBella Entertainment in association with New Legend Boxing and Showtime, along with their great sponsor, Manfredi Auto Group. It is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Commissioner John Signorilli, Executive Director David Berlin. Our 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Joe Pasquale, John Potteray, and Don Trella. When the bell rings, our referee in charge. The 3rd man in the ring will be Benji Estevez Jr. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Aviator Sports and Event Center here in Brooklyn, New York, this is our ShoBox main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he's wearing black with red and weighed in at 153¼ pounds. Coming to us from Mons, Belgium, he brings a professional record consisting of 13 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sheldon, the Closer Moore. And his opponent across the ring in this 8-round main event, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing gray with blue and weighed in at 154 pounds. Hailing from right here, Brooklyn, New York, he is undefeated with 16 wins, 2 draws, with 10 of his 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Brooklyn Rocky, Frank Notorious Galarza.
Okay, man, you both received my pre-bout instructions. I want a clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Bon chance, good luck. Tuck them up.
The numbers for these two similar pretty much all the way around. Really nothing to give us a hint as to whether this fight will be contested on the inside, on the outside, or a little of each. And the rules remain the same. No standing 8, no 3 knockdown rule. Ref or doctor can stop the fight. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. And the accidental foul rule before the start of round 5, it would be a no contest. After that, we go to the cards, Barry.
All right, with that, we're set to go. Sheldon Moore in the red, black trunks with the red stripe, and Galarza in the gray trunks with the blue trim. Sheldon Moore, dual citizenship. Father is American, mother is Belgian. Was born and raised in Belgium, still lives there.
Amateur experience. We're not talking much for either guy. Galarza only 11 fights. Sheldon Moore not very many either because he was a kickboxer before he was a boxer.
Nice counter there by Galarza. Sheldon Moore said that the key for him to get the win was going to be his jab. He's got good timing. He's got a strong jab. So we'll see him use his jab.
Trying to use it. More of a barometer right now.
Which you saw in that professional experience graphic. These guys turn pro almost the same time, having the same amount of fights, same amount of rounds, but on different sides of the Atlantic.
Yeah, interesting. Moore brought that right hand very quickly behind that jab a moment ago.
Tight with his defense too, Moore. Keeping his hands up. Real close.
And Moore looks upon this as a real opportunity, his best opportunity by far. If he wins, he says he will stay here, has his wife on this trip.
He said this win here means everything. Find on Showtime, ShoBox.
Tough to make a very good living as a boxer in Belgium. Not exactly a hotbed of boxing.
I know.
Never been a world champion from Belgium.
He owns a salad bar in his hometown in Belgium. Nice combination from Galarza.
Galarza's picking his spots, playing very smart. Good counters by Galarza. Looks like he's baiting him in with his jab. Galarza backing up when he throws the jab and tries to counter with a lead right, then a left hook.
Moore, though, looks
good
very
jab,
balanced, looks
solid jab.
pretty good sharp jab. There's a right hand behind the jab. There's that right hand got there against Galarza. He brings that right hand really quickly behind the jab.
Yeah, he does. Keeps his hands up and
straight right hand this time.
That's good defense there because a lot of the punches Galarza throws are going to be hitting Moore's gloves. Notice how he keeps his hands up.
And Galarza's defensive problems usually start when he drops his hands. So he's got to keep his hands up. This is a heck of a first round for the Belgian.
I think so.
Yeah. I think it's a busy fight too. They're fighting a busy pace.
Right hand again by Moore. Very good first round by Moore. We had a chance to talk to both these guys about what they need to do to win this fight. Here first is Sheldon Moore. I beg your pardon, Frank Galarza.
Counter him with a right hand, over the top right hand. I seen that he does like to jab, but he doesn't have speed behind the jab, you know, so it's just kind of counter with the right hand, stay moving towards my right side and just, you know, utilize and take it away from him.
Well, I believe that the pressure is on him. He's the Brooklyn fighter. He's here in Brooklyn. He's the main event here in the city. So I believe that, you know, he's going to try to make the show. And it might work in the beginning, but once he feels my jab, he's going to get frustrated and make mistakes. And that's where I'm going to catch him.
Well, it was a pretty good start for him.
Yes.
Galarza slipping a right hand in, now working the body. Good right hand again. Galarza much busier to start the second round, and that involves the crowd.
Exactly. That's when, you know, if you fight with the emotions of your crowd, which this is his crowd, we're here in Brooklyn, I think that's going to favor Moore. Mr. Moore just said he wants to make mistakes. Wants Galarza to make mistakes and run into punches. Galarza just to stay focused, forget about his fans, concentrate on the opponent.
Left hand slipped in by Galarza. Galarza trying to work the body a little bit more in round two.
That was good work by Galarza. You got to do his work and then get out. In and out.
Right hand to the body.
So far, I think that's what's going to be Galarza's fight. Go in and out and throw 3 or 4 punch combinations. Just move to the side, move to the left, move to the right. Stay away from Moore's jab.
Judging from the small sample size we've seen this round, I wouldn't be surprised if Galarza's going to be better off being in close range.
That's a very good point.
Well, if he's going to be at close range, he needs to close up on his shot because he's kind of wild. He opens up a lot when he throws his shots. And if you see Moore, his shots are more down the middle, more short. Nice fight shot there.
This round being fought at close quarters much more than the first round.
And I think Galarza likes that. Moore not doing a good job of keeping his distance where he was most effective in round one. See, Moore's flat-footed.
That's where Moore wants to be.
Galarza is leading a lot to the body, so not easy to do from the outside without opening yourself up for counters.
Slipped an uppercut in there, and another one.
Been an excellent adjustment round for Galarza.
Very much so. And suddenly Moore's jab has disappeared. Coming to the end of round two, very effective round for Galarza.
Yeah, way better round for Galarza.
Good round, Frank. You got to keep doing that, but you don't drop your left hand, all right? Got you. He's inside now. He can't fight inside. He's not going to fight you, but don't throw that uppercut from the outside. Get inside and then throw your uppercut. Don't be stupid to throw it from outside and get caught with no stupid punches. He's starting to open up. Now you got to get inside and throw short punches. Tight. All right? Yeah. Tight. There we go. I feel good. All right? Good.
Ça va, c'est là qu'il prend des coups. Ça va? Serre bien ta garde en dessous, oui, relève ton, baisse ton menton. Ça va? Ça va aller, on est sur le bon chemin là. C'est un combat phénoménal, garçon. Tu peux gagner, on va gagner. Ça va? C'est la chance de ta vie. Ça va?
I don't know what he said, but it sounds delicious.
I think he said pass the brie.
I believe that was right. This is round three.
And looking at the show stats, the key number, 24-5 power shots for Galarza advantage, with 14 of those 24 shots being to the body.
And I'm sure both corners, in Galarza's corner, you heard them say, get inside, stay inside. I'm sure in Moore's corner, what they were saying in French was, stay outside, work your jab. Right hand by Moore.
Yeah, I think Moore forgot about his jab in the last round. Keep using it. That's the key for him. Galarza cannot lunge with that uppercut from the outside. They told him that in the corner. Don't throw any stupid shots, any wild shots. Don't want to get caught, like get careless. You're gonna get close, stay in there, stay in the pocket. Make it work there.
But now, this third round is being fought where Moore wants to fight, at least so far.
Moore is going back to what worked in round one, the left-right, the 1-2.
Combination with Galarza backs Moore up.
Nice head movement by Galarza.
And a good right hand, that staggered Moore. And now he drops him with a combination ending with a right to the body.
I think it was the body shot. That's it, yeah, well. That's it, perhaps.
That's it, it's over. Just like that. Well, you can't say he's not a good finisher.
Well, you know, in Galarza's ShoBox debut against John Thompson, he struck viciously out of nowhere. Similar today.
Very much so.
It was similar, you're right. It came out of nowhere again.
And Brooklyn erupts.
Yes, well, with good reason. I mean, this guy, first of all, he's great entertainment. He's a great backstory. You know, he's one of those guys, I mean, certainly it's not our job to root for anybody, but just as a human being, you can't help but root for this guy.
He hurt him badly there, and then he comes on, and the last punch was a body shot. Now watch, very interesting here. There's the left hook that started it all.
Yeah, that's what started it, yeah.
And he almost went down.
And then that body. Oh.
Yeah, the right hand to the body. What I found interesting about the Belgian is that when he was down, he looked, I think he looked to his corner and signaled to his mouth, as if he almost didn't have a mouthpiece. I don't think that was the case. Let's see if we run it. See, right there, he's rubbing his mouth, then he looks to his corner and he does it again. There he does it again. Very interesting. I don't know what that meant, but he seemed cognizant of what was going on, yet he got counted out.
He did, I know. Well, you always talk about body shots, right? They freeze everything, is that right?
Yeah, they did. And then you saw it when he landed that big hook and the body shot. I mean, he really sat down on it, Galarza, and it was a combination of both, you know, the hook and the body shot, because he looked like he was, should I get up? And, you know, he just couldn't get back up.
Well, it was really interesting. I mean, it was a competitive fight. You know, I had Moore winning the first round, and Galarza winning the second one. This one was a very close round up to the finish.
Yeah, Moore started well in round 3. I think the difference between rounds 1 and 2, though, in round 2, we saw Galarza just raise the energy level a lot. And he was very effective, and he also figured out that he could do what Raul suggested, which was move in and out. He was successful doing that, or attacking. He really had options.
All right, let's take it to the center of the ring once more. Thomas Schreiber will make it all official to the joy of the Brooklyn crowd. Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute, 41 seconds of round number 3. Our referee in charge, Benji Estevez Jr., reaches the count of 10. Your winner by way of knockout and still undefeated, the Brooklyn Rocky, Frank Notorious Galarza.
Let's take a look at the final numbers in this fight, Steve.
Well, the Galarza had the total punches 43 to 25, and the body punches connected. Very interesting, 16 to 6. And sure enough, the last punch in the fight was a right hand to the stomach that Galarza landed, and maybe that's why Moore took the full 10 count from the referee.
Well, a really interesting fight, and now you got to really look at Galarza as a guy who is maybe in the process of going from prospect to contender.
Oh, I totally agree. After this exceptional win here, he came out of nowhere, and you thought a guy that he was hungry. Moore came to win here tonight, and you know, for Galarza at age 29, you know, he's not getting any younger, so I think it's time to take a step up. He needs to fight a top 10 guy and see where he really's at, and if he's ready to fight for a world title.
Well, it's interesting as I turn to Steve Farwood, and Steve, Derevianchenko, to me, was the most noteworthy guy that we saw tonight.
If you had asked me before the fight, Barry, I would have guessed that Derevianchenko would have won on points and Heatroff would have won by knockout. It was reversed. Derevianchenko looked fantastic, but Frank Galarza, not for the first time, by the way, stole the show.
All right, you talked earlier, Raul, about Heatroff.
Yes.
Now that this is over, we saw the two Ukrainians, Heatroff or Derevianchenko.
Well, I mean, they're both good. For Heatroff, you know, I did say it was going to be a long night if he didn't get his opponent out of there, Coley, and it was a long night. You know, for Coley, he took a beating, he still got the win, Heatroff, but I think he found out tonight that he can't knock everybody out, and I still think he's green at breaking down his opponent. It's a learning experience. He learned from the Melendez fight too. This was he got the win, and for the other Sergey Derevianchenko, he was impressive too, you know, but you can't take anything away from Heatroff. Derevianchenko fought also a guy that was there for him to exchange, and it was easier for him to get him out of there.
All right, Steve, really the whole thing here, I think, is about, this series is all about prospects becoming contenders, and I think at least a couple of these guys tonight actually made that step.
Yeah, to me, the most interesting fighter on this card, Barry, is Galarza. He's a local attraction here in Brooklyn. The division, the junior middleweight division, has so many good young American fighters. We all know about the Charlos. There's Harrison. There's Andre, who's a world champion. There's Julian J. Rock Williams, who won last week. So many guys for Galarza to chase. He's not at that level yet, and he suffers a little bit from not having the amateur background. But he's making leaps and bounds of progress every time we see him.
All right, let's take a look back then on our evening here in Brooklyn tonight. It was a most entertaining night. First of all, Sergey Derevianchenko, very impressive in a fourth-round knockout over Alan Kampa.
Derevianchenko called the technician, and tonight his technique was near perfect, and so was his timing. He is, as I said at the top, a contender in waiting.
Yevgen Heatroff fought Aaron Coley, and he had to work for a victory. It was a lopsided unanimous decision, but a win is a win is a win.
Well, Barry, Heatroff won almost every round, but I wouldn't give him that high a grade. Maybe that's the result of unfairly high expectation.
And then our main event, Frank Galarza in the third round. A great shot finished with an even better shot to the body.
I heard Galarza say to Moore after the fight was over, ain't gonna be no rematch, and Moore said, don't want one.
That was perfect for him, I think. So he said he was going to stay in the United States. It's back to the old salad bar, I think, for Sheldon Moore. Coming up next, the premier of All Access, Chavez, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. That matchup comes your way next.